And there you go. We are live once more for FSL Elite, and this is day 2. Together, you're going to join us for the playoffs. We will be your shoutcasters. I'm Kaysaya, and I'm with KBC.
Hey guys, welcome back to day 2. Kasaya, I hope you have a great enough of rest. Because yesterday I know that you were traveling around, but you had fun. You had fun here in Singapore.
We are all
Yep.
fine.
And again, guys, if you guys didn't know that this is the final day, this is the
Yes.
playoffs version. All teams right now are in the playoffs of best of 3. So we'll take you through
Your team
the lane
is
later,
banned.
and of course how the format of today's
Mhm.
game. But before that, we want to shout out onto our partners and sponsors. Kai, could you do us the honors to do this?
Yes, of course. Thank you to our sponsors, Dreamcore, Overdrive, Yahoo Singapore, Super Solid, Elgato,
team is
E-Project by
banning.
Mountain themselves. They are supporting us, of course, Aftershock Creative, and of course, the event where this is happening
team
right
is
now,
picking.
Singtel Recreation Club.
Yes, guys, and if you got Singaporeans out there or anyone is here nearby us, do drop by because this is the final day.
This is the final day, but definitely not going to be the final moment for all of the teams because I believe that this is just going to be the start. As far as I know,
Your
FSL
team
is the
picking.
very first league that supports an all-female tournament for
Yeah.
Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
Correct, and also other games as well. But again, we're gonna focus on to Mobile Legends Bang Bang right now. Let's get into the first game, the first best of 3 format. We're gonna have Team SFI Queens going up against Team Grumpy. So Kai, we already seen the drafting. You know, we somewhat know about drafting. But let's talk about more about teams. We know that SFI right now
Still
unbeaten.
unbeatable.
Yes, and undefeated as well.
Undefeated,
Team is
definitely. They
picking.
still secure their 100% win rate since they're nationals back there in their own country.
Correct.
And you know, I'm also
Your
not
team
gonna
is
go against
picking.
them, but you know, it's also very exciting to see someone gonna beat that win rate that they currently have.
Yep.
I wonder if that's gonna happen today.
She's gonna jinx it, right? But anyhow, for Team Grumpy, who's representing Malaysia and Singapore region, they had a very rough start.
Mhm.
They actually are winless, if I'm not mistaken, at this moment. Yeah.
Zero.
So hopefully they could come back in playoffs because, like we
Hopefully.
mentioned before, in the playoffs mode,
Your team
anything
is
can
banning.
happen. The worst team in the group stages could potentially just flip the switch, playoff mode, and go all the way to the grand finals.
There are always possibilities. But anyway, I guess we can now head on to discussing
Yep.
what is actually happening right now in the drafting phase. So we can see Akufra, Guinevere, Harith, and Grok
Okay.
ban. Kimi is still available for picking, but
Yep.
a priority marksman that we currently can't
Your
see
team
is
is
this
banning.
Claude.
Yes, and I can see that a lot of choices of heroes, especially for the damaging side, will go to the hands of Grumpy. They do take Diggy as the support or
Yeah.
tank, you know, just to help up to create that negativeness or try to counter that negative effect through the CC skills. But again, SFI, they are going in a little bit closer. They want to secure their tanks first. So sometimes, you know, heroes are chosen. That's where players will have to think
Your
of
team
which heroes
is
should we ban
picking.
or which heroes should we prioritize later forward.
Definitely, because this can make or break your overall team composition. But anyway, you know, I think I like so far what I can see in here for the first 3 picks of SFI,
Yep.
primarily because Kaja and Minotaur, we've seen this working out so well, and they have secured in here a really good fighter too,
Yep.
wherein, you know, he could just go busy taking
Your
the
team
side
is
lane as
picking.
fast as possible as he can, then go back up in clashes. But I wonder though on the Diggy part in here for Team Grumpy, how can they make this work out? Because usually you
team
don't
is
take this
picking.
Diggy as a frontline support tank.
It's more of a secondary
Yeah.
tank or someone who supports that tank itself.
Yep.
He cannot be a primary
Yep.
tank player or
Yep.
a hero itself. So right now, it seems like Grumpy, they're going to have a little bit of a trouble to decide who is going to be their primary tank. Who else we have? We don't have Grok.
Oh,
We don't have Kufra. Okay, so they're going to take Gatot. I feel like
Gatot,
Gatot,
Gacha.
Gacha is a little bit situational.
situational
Yeah.
indeed. They locked it in, and you know what? The ultimate that this Gatot Gacha has is also a 50-50. Like, you
Yes.
know, this is a skill shot that you just don't auto-target a specific hero, then you
Correct.
just land on that area.
Yep.
You have to make, and there is a certain time that, you know, for their opponents to still make a dash out
Correct.
to you know, go up against that ultimate.
I feel like the ultimate, you say, the Avatar of Guardian,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of time. You know, Gato Kacha
Right.
needs to find that right rhythm. And the ultimate is somewhat, like you said, 50-50. You can use it to initiate, but you need to have like a pre-initiation
Yeah.
to initiate that ulti.
Correct.
Because if you start off with the initiation
They can
of
see
Avatar
it,
Guardian,
and you still have time to.
correct, to jukes and run away.
Yeah.
So, well, anyhow, this is the setup already
Mhm.
for both teams. Hopefully, you know, we can see Team Grumpy just going back into their, perhaps their winning ways. Again, they are the
Welcome
Malaysian
to
and
Mobile
Singapore
Legends.
representatives for a reason.
Yep.
Hopefully, they are
5
able to get a
seconds
win.
till the enemy
Hopefully,
reaches
but
the
anyway, let's do a
battlefield.
rundown of
Smash
all the
them.
heroes that these teams have picked.
All
So, for
troops
Team
deployed.
Grumpy, we have in here Asphaloth having that Leomar, Joyce with a Lunox, Holy for the Digi, Joy for the Claude, and B
Beastess.
for the Gatot Kacha.
For SFI Queens, we have Lamia onto the Kaya, Pixie onto Minotaur, Lele onto Chow, SY onto Esmeralda, and Caramel and Carry. We're going to
Whoa.
see that a lot of heroes are just going through their standard rotations. Nothing too serious at the moment. I think SFI, they are somewhat like a team that they could actually play their own tempo, and they can switch tempos depending on the lineup that they have. Judging from here, I think they have almost A to S tier heroes. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say this is like a perfect all-star team comparing to the first game that they played
Yes.
yesterday, but it's still nonetheless a formidable lineup.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we got day one from yesterday, and we've been discussing that that could be, yes, the seeding part of this tournament, but it could also be the practice part. But in a way, I was just about to say something that like a clash might happen in here, then a pause happened. But anyway, yes, contestant point, very important to secure the crabs because
Right.
securing these crabs will give you how many gold? Around 300, is that it? And correct me if I'm wrong, but that will allow you to secure your boots already for your team. So that is definitely a vital part of the jungle as well.
Yep. Judging from that as well, you also can get that
Mhm.
particular experience, and you can deny the team their goal advantage. And you know,
Yeah.
with the current meta, for those who don't know, a lot of these players, a lot of heroes will tend to buy wizard boots. Wizard boots is somewhat like
Yes.
an assist will give you extra gold.
Definitely.
And it's very, very impactful because once every single assist, as long you participate in a fight, just one hit is already considered an assist
Correct,
in
correct,
with
correct.
limited time, and you get that goal.
Yeah, imagine just doing a random AoE where the clash is currently happening.
Correct.
Then it gives you something. So a clash is happening right now. B, a little bit of an overtake in here, going so low, but looks like oh, but Lamia! Good thing she has that flicker
Correct, correct.
available to back away. But it looks like the crab will be secured by Team Grumpy and the top lane.
I like this from Team Grumpy, showing a little bit more confidence comparing to yesterday that they were getting shut down and playing to the hands of SFI. For those who don't know, the match record for SFI and Grumpy was 2-0 yesterday.
Yep. And in the bottom lane, a 1v2 situation happening. Asphaloth just, confidently defending that turret for this 1 minute game time. But 5 seconds from now, Turtle's gonna go up, and that will definitely be the next contestant point.
The next contestation point will come in shortly because again, Turtle gives 100 gold and experience for everyone. Not only that, the Slayer of the Turtle will get the Turtle damage buff, the true damage buff. Correct me if I'm
That's
wrong.
definitely something that you have to secure, especially sometimes you have to consider like, okay, which hero player who are gonna give on this buff. But
Yep.
hold it tight, on the bottom lane we have a 1v4 ongoing. First blood gonna go to that Leomard, but apparently Leomard
Oh.
will not sustain enough more from the damage incoming from the carry. But look at that. An objective has been stolen by Team Grumpy at the same time. So a 1-for-1 trade we can say, but they are not stopping yet because the blue team is actually going for the take for the tier 1 turret onto the bottom lane.
So I would say this is more like an equal trade-off. You have one turret on another side with 1 kill and another on the Turtle with that kill itself. You can see the
Ooh.
itemization already. Like I said, everybody's trying to get that
Wizard
boots.
boots, indeed.
Yeah, and we see some of the people over
Rapid
here.
boots
Rapid
in
boots,
there,
demon
mana
shoes.
boots, yeah.
Yep.
For the Lunox as well as the Claw, they are very, like, they use so much skills.
Correct.
So it's very important that they secure also this kind of boost for them to get some mana.
Yes, indeed. Now the teams are right now just going back to their standard buffs. A very slow-paced game, 3 minutes, not much of an action. I think both teams already know what's in their game plan, trying to get that objectives early on. But I love what I'm seeing from Grumpy. Grumpy, they are just playing really, really cautiously.
Yeah.
At the same time, they are feeling much more confident.
Yeah, because they probably saw the gameplay of SFI from yesterday already. But meantime, a 3 or 4 man invade in the bottom lane against a Minotaur plus a carry. We'll have to check. But look at that, an invade happening now. Being knocked up is the Minotaur flickering out. Caramel going so low. Asphaloth trying to take the Minotaur as well, but gonna be backing away. Gonna take the Tier 1 turret instead. But looks like there will be another trade of objectives as 3 members from the blue side is actually going to take a push on that top lane.
Yep, I like this trade-off as well, coming in from SFI. Even though they lost that one turret, they gained back another turret into their favor. So,
look how equal the match is right now.
you know what's interesting? It's interesting to see that Grumpy is at least at the same power foot at the moment.
I agree. I definitely agree. Level 2 Lord's gonna, level 2 Turtle's gonna go up, or rather the second Turtle, but flicker out from B, trying to just disengage from Lele, that true player that we have. Meantime, go back to poking phase and just basically do not engage moment for the meantime.
Do not engage moment indeed, Kai. It looks like Chow is going to be a little bit of a problem here. A confrontation. 2 versus 1.
She's kind of persistent about trying to chase that Gatot Kacha, but I think it was just kind of probably just zoning out, giving some space
just
for...
a tease.
Yeah.
Looks like the bottom lane.
But yeah, bottom lane, what is happening?
Oh, and another tactical pause coming out here. So both teams right now, very, very equal, Kai. I feel like this could just come down to whoever has a good team fight. They are able to win the game, or at least snowball through the map control.
Right. Well, both of his teams have a composition that will definitely work out up to the later part of the game. And, you know, I think it will matter still skill-wise, although we can see some, you know, unusual, unorthodox picks onto the side of Grumpy. But with what they're actually showing with this 5-minute game time, it seems like it's totally different how they actually went up against Team SFI from yesterday.
Yep, I feel like Team Grumpy, they are much more calmer. You know, they are not doing bad decisions, and they don't, you know, their mentalness in that still sane. Or at least, you know, they at least are still strong. But it looks like
and engage, Lele going so low. Oh, no, apparently will be slain. And they're gonna ultimate coming up from the Gatachka. And a Minoan Fury as well going so low. Is Joyce will be slain by the Esmeralda. B trying to sustain more damage. Joy trying to free hit on the back line, but apparently not enough damage so far. 3 for 2 trade. Joy, what is gonna happen? A juke out, but apparently being chased down by Pixie. Will she get a kill, or will she be punished? A jerk out, trying still to be chased. Asphaloth is in there to back up. Apparently Joy will still be punished, and looks like this will be a disengage from this moment on.
That was a battle royale in one skirmish right there. A lot of deaths, a lot of kills coming in from both teams, but we have to say that Team SFI has the upper advantage. They have at least 2,000 gold right now, and you can see that their heroes are on a power spike. We have to be careful of SY as well. SY, he or she, sorry, is on fire with the Esmeralda. She
this
can
girl
actually just
is
get
on
a
fire.
lot of shield in the hand.
And yeah, they're securing this lane and part of the map already as the turtle is up. This is the 3rd turtle of the game. Last turtle for this overall match. Everyone's trying to contest that though. Oh, an engage by B. Let's see if the Minoan Fury will be available anytime soon. But everyone's going so low from the red side. Another kill will be onto the blue side. And allow me, even Lele getting a double kill. Joy's trying to back away to safety. Apparently will not happen. But on the bottom lane part of the map, we can see the Yomard already going for an objective take. But this is going to be another objective take by the blue team. I think that was still went in favor of Team SFI as they have taken more objectives.
No, Leomon has to go back. Oh my goodness, can she finish it off? Come on, one more creep. No, couldn't do it. The minion wave couldn't secure the final hit of that turret. And now SFI, they are aggressive.
Oh, they are engaging, but B is going so low with the damage coming out from the carry. And you know what? I think both of the teams have a potential in terms of team fights, but I guess in terms of draft, SFI is actually winning based on the composition that they have built.
I haven't seen how Gato Kacha could be that impactful in terms of sustaining that particular damage input. But again, this is very, very tough for Grumpy. Grumpy right now, they really need to start a great war, or at least, you know, try to last the war of attrition. You know, have enough stamina to continue fighting on and defending. Looks like
Level 5, level 9, Asphalon, unfortunately, looks like... Alright, will she go back to safety? Unfortunately not, with that Caramel burst and DPS damage. But look at that, 1-for-1 trade as Lele goes down onto the bottom line part of the map.
Grumpy trying to make things work right now. They're gonna wait for the right opportunities, you know, just clearing off the lanes, you know, just defending their paths, because SFI at this moment, they are having the upper hand. Caramel will pick up the golden stuff for this carry. If we can see the itemization a bit, you can see she already has endless battle. Just one more core item. The power spike of carry will be much more deadlier than, of course, the Cloud. The Cloud only has Demon Hunter slot, no golden stuff yet at the moment, so it's gonna be very tough.
Gonna be very tough this time. Can see a 5k gold lead in favor of Team SFI. They are contesting this Lord area at the moment as they will clear off the waves onto the mid as well as onto the bot. What could be happening next? Oh, Holotot, 1-for-1 against the Chu as well as the... Oh, but onto the bottom lane part of the map, Lamia trying to back away, but looks like she did survive actually. Pixie onto the backup, but there you go, 1 kill going onto the side of the red team. Lamia, or rather the Leomord, going for a kill, chasing that Caramel. She will kill Caramel, but they're not yet done. Holy going so low, Joy is so. Cecilio getting the shield, but apparently will not be enough. Pixie will go down as well. I think that was a 4-for-1 trade. But on the top, look at that Chu going for a side lane push, and Diggy going to back away. I wonder if she will manage to defend that enough with it having not enough damage against the Chu. We're gonna check out what is gonna happening off cam from here and there.
I mean, Grumpy right there, great team fight coming forward. They use the position, they use the terrain into their advantage, so that is really, really well done. But it looks like they are going to build. Wait, hold on, who took the lot? Was the lot gone? Yeah, the lot is gone.
Yeah, they got it already, and it actually went onto the red side. We can see the blue team going for a segue push. You know, it was just an all contest. Oh, it actually won. I didn't notice that, so I was way too focused onto the onto the top lane a while ago. But this is currently looking bad for Team Grumpy.
It's not looking bad. It's looking horrible for Grumpy in that sense. They fought so hard for the lot. They played such great team fight over there. Unfortunately, it got stolen by one of the members of SFI. I'm assuming it's going to be a retribution from there. And it is so bad right now because the Lord will march forward to the weakest point at the top lane.
Yes, it's all bare onto the top lane right now. A free hitting Lord this will be, but squishy one. Will they still be managing in this one? I wonder. We'll see as they Pixie with a Minoan Fury on ultimate coming out from the Diggy as well. B will get a kill, a double kill even. They're not yet done. Holy, as we get a little bit of trade in here, Lele will back away. She's all alone. Look at that blazing Druid coming up from the Claude.
And despite the lot stolen from them, Team Grumpy staged up a formidable defense play in their hands. What a great gameplay coming in, and I like this Holly just chasing down Lele as much as possible, getting the information, because you all know that Diggy, when he dies, he becomes an egg. He can just roam around for information. He just becomes a warding session over here.
Oh my goodness. Joy has to be very careful, has to back away now. Just gonna take that one turret onto the mid, but Holy gotta be very careful on that damage coming up from Lele. Unfortunately, will not survive.
Lele with the endless battle, the Blades of Despair and the Tina Shield. Holly has to think twice whether or not to contest this particular child one-on-one, mano to a mano. And we can see that Esmeralda was having the retribution. So early on, I think that was the main factor.
Maybe we didn't see that. I think it was off-cam and we were way too focused on the top. But regardless, that was a nice steal from the side of SFI. We can see like 4 members from the red team actually went on that, but a 2v1 situation. Definitely the Leomord will not be able to survive the crowd control and of course the damage coming out from the Esmeralda.
So I feel like Grumpy, they do have the firepower to play this correctly or stage another defensive position. But again, they have to be very careful. They have to wait for SFI to push forward first and then punish them with the counter attack.
Whoa, 2 inhibitor turrets left in here. I wonder who's gonna start to engage the Minotaurs as well, building up her rage. And that could be a point of initiation.
Just waiting for the right time. SFI, they don't want to force things up. They want to wait for their minion pull, but then look at that Kaya!
Oh, Kaja with a divine judgment, getting a secure
4 versus 5.
a 4 versus 5 situation indeed. There you go, an inhibitor turret going down onto the mid. They all in the middle of Fury. I think that was a 3 or 4 man knock-up, and there you go. They're not stopping right now. Kacha did not connect at all against any of the members of SFI, and they're trying to defend. All of the minion waves are here. A kill going for that Leomord, but apparently 2-4-1 trade. So for double kill will go to Caramel as well. They're gonna focus fire on the base, and looks like this is gonna be it. They kill one more member, a wipe out, and a win for Team SFI.
Team SFI, the final play. Kaya coming in with the clutch Divine Judgment ultimate, shutting down Holly at the very least for that Digi. Minion Fury coming into the right time, able to take 3 to 4 players, and the rest was just history.
Okay, I like how I'm actually reading the comments in the live chat right now, where it was actually not the Esmeralda stealing the Lord. It was actually the Kaja. Probably it was the Ring of Order, because we know that that has a huge range as well. Apparently we didn't see that on camp, but that's totally okay. I think both of the teams did a great job for our game 1 for the first series of today. MVP is Esmeralda, but I think overall both of the teams did a really great job for our game 1.
Yeah, I feel like Grumpy, you know, despite losing this game, they are much more composed compared to yesterday. They were having every single opportunity to go in. It was very unfortunate that their lot got stolen after that great team fight, and you know, even with the defense coming in, some of their characters or some of their heroes get picked off really easily, especially for Holly. Holly, their Digi itself, she wasn't in a great position, and you know, seeing SFI playing so aggressively like yesterday, what they did, it's all back again, and it's helping them to get those openings for the win.
Still a 100% win rate for SFI. I get inspired with this all this female team. But anyway, this is a best of 3 match. There's still hope for the fans of Team Grumpy. So yeah, I guess for the meantime, as we prepare the second lobby, we're gonna take a short break. Once again, we're your shoutcasters. I'm Kaysaya, and I'm with KPC.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, pros and noobs of Mobile Legends, to the FSL Elite Mobile Legends. This is day 2, playoffs time, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to go straight into game. My name is KBC Sensei, alongside with my partner is Kai Saya, and we're going to take you through to the games. We just witnessed game 1 of SFI versus Team Grumpy, and SFI took game 1 away from that very tight game.
Yes, and we saw how Grumpy did manage to, you know, sustain or everything, like, or go up against SFI in the first few minutes of game time, but things have turned around. Like, I think a mistake on probably a clash that they have engaged in, but I think overall it did matter with the draft that they have chosen as well.
Yeah, I feel like SFI, they went in with a very aggressive play, again, same style of play, and they were fortunate enough to get that Kaya we got from the comments to take away or steal away the lot.
Yes.
However, Grumpy, I think this is a way better team than yesterday. They are much more focused.
I agree.
They're much more coordinated, much more organized, and I'm looking forward to see whether they force overtime, because this is best of 3. If Grumpy were to lose this game, they will fall down to the lower brackets, which they will have to face another opponent in a best of 1 series.
Yes, definitely. And of course, the lower bracket is just going to be a best of 1 match. It's kind of risky just to fall down in that, you know, part of the tournament. But anyway, we can see some respect bans in here. The Kaja being taken out by Team Grumpy, and we can see still pretty regular bans that we've been seeing. Kufra, Harith, as well as the Croc.
Yep, I kind of like all these bans, because these bans will determine what heroes should the teams choose. Should we go for a damage dealer first? Should we go for an offlane hero? Or should we go for tank and support? So it seems like Team Grumpy, they're just going to choose Lunox away, and alongside SFI, shoot with the Minotaur and Cloud.
You would notice in here that SFI primarily would always choose at least a tank support in
Correct.
their kit as a priority, regardless of, like, for example, if they are on the first pick, they make sure that they're gonna choose tank support
Guinevere,
already. But if they are on the right side, the second pick,
carry.
and if they lack, or for
Your
example, the Kaja
team
has been
is
taken
picking.
out, just like what happened, they're gonna secure a combo that
Yes.
can work out effectively, just like the Minoan Fury
Your
of this
team is
Minotaur.
banned.
Add that up with the Blazing Duet of this Claude.
Yes, I do agree on that. The combo wombo, normally they want to
Yeah.
make this type of situation so that at least they can get team fights out clearly and perfectly executed. Meanwhile, onto Team Grumpy, they're going to take on Guinevere and Carry, and besides that with Chow. So you can already see that the first 3 picks, you need to have a tank, a support, an
Mm.
off lane, or even better, a marksman just in case
Your
you need to do
team
it.
is
They will
banned.
ban out Gushen out from SFI. I think SFI, they play a very good Gushen, one of
Yeah.
the players.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was Caramel, if I recall it correctly. But
Mhm.
regardless, this is something that they
Your team
definitely have
is
to take
picking.
out. Especially, they have picked in here a carry. Ideally, you would want to ban out an assassin that can chase this carry out, just like the Hellcurt or the Gushen. But we've seen it from yesterday. SFI plays a Gushen so well, and it's also wise. It's a wise decision for Grampi to do that. So.
Your
And
team
looks
is
like
picking.
you can check already from there. They need a tank right now for Team Grumpy. I wonder what other tanks are left in the pool. Akai has been banned, Grog's been banned, Kufra has been banned.
Mhm.
So there are not many choices right now unless they can find a secondary tank option in hand. I mean, there are other tanks that they try to use. They try to use Lolita, they try to use
Yeah.
Gatot. Maybe you can try out Belleric. Yeah, I was about to say
Oh.
Belleric, and yes, it is out right here. So
This
this
is
will
gonna be a good tank pick for them to go up against the Blazing Duet of the Claude.
Yes.
The reflect damage will
Lolita.
definitely be very
Your
Correct,
useful.
team
because of
is
the
picking.
negating effect as well, and of course
Yes.
Lolita coming in with the shield to
Yep.
deny any projectiles coming in
Correct.
from range heroes.
Definitely, I agree. And now we're gonna see an Esmeralda last pick in here by Team SFI. You know what? From yesterday, we've been seeing a lot of really good Esmeralda plays, and I wonder why did they let SFI pick the comfort hero for their team?
I think they want to pick the much lesser impact of a hero. There are so many poison right now, and then even 3 bans is still not enough to ban out impactful heroes in the game. So why not, get a lesser impactful hero for them and take out a much more greater impactful hero. So that's what is their game plan. I think this is how they want to build it up, and making sure that Team Grumpy has a chance or has a shot to force overtime in here.
Yeah, I still would love to believe or give a benefit of the doubt for Grumpy's lineup in here. Although I honestly like the lineup, the heroes that SFI have chosen in here. The lineup of Grumpy could still work.
To
Yep, I do hope so, and I try to believe onto that point. But again, SFI, they have all these A to S tier heroes. They make it work so well with the standard meta heroes in hand, and the scary thing is they use these heroes so frequently
Mm-hmm.
that it is already somewhat imprinted into their playstyle. This is not some like hero like where you're very uncomfortable. You're like, oh, okay, I feel very rigid. I might not execute a perfect skill or a perfect timing onto this particular hero. But this is a different case for SFI. SFI right now just doing whatever they can. They're all playing all these S tier to A tier heroes where a lot of
Right.
these other professional players are playing the same style. And you know what's an additional thing is they can actually counter these heroes if their opponents were to use them.
And just so you know, guys, by the way, we have auto banned heroes in here. Just like if you're wondering why Terizla and Zaz not getting
Yep.
picked, they're actually auto banned by organizers of the tournament. Primarily Zaz because of a bug,
Yep.
and the recent adjustment that happened to this hero, and for Terizla because this hero just got up within the last 2 weeks. And you know what? I learned from the players from yesterday as well. Two other heroes that is not available from our tournament mode are Kagura as well as I forgot the other one. But if you notice
Oh.
another hero not getting picked, that's also not available in the tournament. So that's a lot of impact
Wow.
in the in the
Current meta or the current
yeah.
drafting itself. Oh, that's good. That's actually very interesting. You know what? Let's check with production later which other hero is banned besides Kagura. I mean, Kagura right now, not really that
Mhm.
into an impact for the meta style of heroes. Oh, it looks like we got Granger.
Oh, Granger. That's why we haven't been seeing
Ah.
Granger. So Kagura and Granger are not available in the tournament that was provided by Muntun themselves. So again,
Yep.
we're in the tournament mode, so all heroes are actually available except for the heroes that we have picked.
Correct. Thank you so much to production team for helping us on that. Very quick info. Thumbs up to you guys. Thumbs up to everyone out here again for joining and being a part of FSL Elite Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Again, we are day 2. Playoffs mode is in action right now. Let's take a shout out for all of our players right here. We have Joy onto the Lunox, Holly onto Lolita, Asphalt onto Carrie, Bistress onto this Balearic, and last but not least, Guinevere, Psycho Ball with
Psycho
that
Ball.
choice.
And yes, and for the side of SFI, we have your Pixie for Minotaur, Caramel for Claude, Lele for Leomerd, Cecilio for this Esmeralda, and Lamia for the Chew.
Looks like one of the river crabs has been taken already from the red side. So that is FSI pick, and yep, it's going to be a 1-1.
I think something is happening on the bottom lane part of the map, but everyone just disengaged. That was an off-gum action, but on the top lane, I think this is just a little bit of poke in here. They're not going to be like totally engaging because we're waiting for the ultimate to become available from any of the teams. And looks like Cecilio just hit that level 4 onto the side of SFI.
Joy also, she needs her level 4. Just one more lane creep and she will hit level 4 and then ultimate chaos.
Oh, Asphalt in danger right now. 3v1 situation. Looks like the first blood is gonna be on the side of SFI. Good secure early on within this 2-minute game time.
Looks like bottom lane as well. They will have another skirmish near around the bit.
Skirmish into 3v3. Oh my goodness, looking so low the members of the blue team are. And looks like they're not yet done. Holy, looks like she's gonna be punished in here. Going under the turret, getting stunned, but she will not survive. Look at that, a very aggressive play by Team SFI. The positioning, the rotation that they have, the timing as well. After that fight, look at this. 2 minutes after that fight, they went head on straight onto the turtle.
Like I said again, SFI were very confident in this pick of heroes that they have, and they can play over aggressive in this particular style of their books. And you know what? It's just a follow-up. If you manage to finish off your opponents, you can just go in straight for the turtle. You can finish off objectives, and you know, worst case scenario, you can actually go into their jungles and steal off their buffs.
Wow, Leomer getting that warrior boots as well. Look at that, a lot of necklaces has been secured at the same time. I could notice in here onto the side of Team Garampi, primarily because these heroes that they have picked are heavy mana users going for a 4v1. Lily looks like she is actually in danger, gonna be punished on that bottom lane, and looks like this is gonna be a transition to take over that crab onto the bot part.
Well, that is a good play coming in from Team Grumpy, but again, you can see SFI just punishing them. You bite us once, we will bite you twice. That's how the way. Another confrontation coming in.
Another confrontation into that ultimate coming up from the Balearic, but looks like she will not be able to sustain with the Minoan Fury on that ultimate coming out from that Lunox as well. Holy will be put up in danger at the same time. No to safety for her, but onto the bottom lane part of that. Look at that carry doing a segue push.
Sideway push, and the top lane as well, fighting for the
turtle. 1v1,
no,
a 1v2. Definitely Caramel will not survive that. And in the middle lane, we can see Joy. Whoops, looks like in a bad spot at the moment. Back up and coming from the Balearics. Look like, oh, there you go. Kids available, ultimate. But look, Bistress going so, I think she did overstay for quite a bit.
Did quite overstay.
Asphalt, there you go. Apparently the dash shot is available for her. Lucky for her indeed. But look at the section that is being contested by SFI now. The turtle is there on that side, and they know they have to pressure this part.
I mean, SFI, you know, this is basically their heroes. This is their core heroes. These are their most comfortable heroes. They are doing whatever they want to the opponent team, and this is why SFI is so dangerous. Bistress has to be very careful. Level 4 tank only.
You have to be very careful. That was 4-man member from the red side, and you know, she doesn't have anyone on the back, beside her to do the damage just in case. And comparing to the level that she has, it's it's way too far from what we can see onto the side of SFI.
It's very questionable why Bistress had to run through the bushes here. I'm not sure why.
Probably just a vision.
I think she wanted to find or get info and stuff, but again, she's only level 4.
Yeah.
She's very, very weak.
Very weak indeed, but a secure in the turret by Team Grumpy on the bottom side part of the map. Incoming is Pixie, so as Tole in here going for that kill. I think that happened on the top lane against the Guinevere. Leomord will die onto the side of SFI. Everyone's still working pretty much aggressively in here, but you know what? I still like how Team Grumpy is playing a little bit different now.
Yep. Team Grumpy, I think they're playing a little bit different, but again, pretty much a bit passive. They couldn't find those openings that they want to. SY, meanwhile, the Esmeralda.
Esmeralda getting stunned, but Lamia on the back
Ciao.
line trying to get this Holy onto that Lolita. Oh, under turret, she will definitely die, taking turret hits even.
Even with 2 tanks slash support, there's no way that, Team Grumpy could
Bad
even
position.
try to get a good
Joy's
fight.
got to be very careful now. There's so much crowd control in here. Will she be able to survive? Going in under turret. Lamia will not survive with that 4-man members from SFI.
Now, one thing I'd like to take note on this is, what Ido said at the time, SFI, they are very prone of using mobility heroes. And, the lineup is actually pretty fast. I mean, aside from Minotaur, you have so many heroes that could juke the left, right.
Again, B in here. Minoan Fury getting knocked up, going so low. Looks like she will not be able to survive with a flicker out even. But Esmeralda just going for a double kill as well.
Oh my goodness, SFI putting on a clinic to Grumpy here. Just a rotation plays everywhere, left, right, up, down. It is so bad for Grumpy.
Holy trying to give a vision, some information for teammates, but apparently with the damage and DPS that Team SFI has, they will get objectives pretty much easily. Holy going so low, and she will be punished onto the top.
Joyce.
And so as is Joyce in a bad spot at the moment, getting chased down by Lamia, getting knocked on.
Nice.
Why did she go in, going for the kill against the clutch? She did successfully, but apparently a Minoan Fury is available onto the side of SFI. Still trying to sustain as Faloth, trying to free hit on the back line, but she has to go back now before another casualty goes to count onto the side of Team Grumpy.
I mean, Team Grumpy, they are underfarmed, they are undermanned. You can already see SFI's confidence just building up, playing and toying them in their own jungle and between 2 turrets. That's how much confidence you have in SFI right there. All the members are just waiting, just hovering. Turrets don't even matter right now.
The minion waves are here for the side of SFI. A flicker in from the Cho onto the mid, getting the target that they want. This Lunox, it seems like, will not survive. So as is Asphaloth. They're going so aggressive right now. Pixie, why she was standing right in there. Minoan Fury available from the side of SFI, and they're getting more kills as they want. A flicker in by Holy to do. Oh, but a triple kill by our Esmeralda. They're not in time. They want all of the casualties in here as much as they can. Pixie a little bit aggressive on that, going under turret. Cecilia will secure a kill. A legendary now onto the bot.
So that was a 4K coming in from SY onto the Esmeralda, but then a double kill onto Joyce. Joyce trying to zone out the rest of the members, but then again, her own team members couldn't sustain towards the damage of Esmeralda. Esmeralda is really on fire right now.
On
Look
fire,
at that.
14-0-4. It is 100% participation, man.
I'm speechless right now. I mean,
Speechless.
speechless is not only the word, but again, the killing spree, the savageness coming
the
in.
legendary.
Legendary. Everything.
Cecilio, look at that. Building up the shield that she wants. Creating
Tanks.
space as well.
Tanks are just literally butter for her.
Yeah.
It's just butter and
Okay.
bread.
Oh, gotta be very careful. Be very aggressive at the moment. I think there's way too much overextension.
That's why.
Getting engaged in here. Oh, the ultimate from the Balearic. Apparently,
Not
it
enough.
seems like this is gonna be not enough.
Yeah, not
Going for a chase. Lamia will get a kill, so as is Caramel. Look at that, and Leomord is not even joining.
Leomord is not even joining. That shows you how much potential this 4-1 strategy is. Lele just needs to just go
Oh,
down. Clear the
Helehedo will
lanes.
be knocked up and killed onto the bottom lane part of the map, but is secure for the Lord for SFI.
I would take the Lord any day, anytime. Lele, she can just die
Whoops.
off. Don't really need to worry. And
There
another
you go,
confrontation
Asphaloth.
again. One more time.
No, I know. Probably she knows that she's dead already, even before that happens.
Oh man, I mean, this is just a flip of a switch from SFI. If you give them these heroes, this is what they could do. And Grumpy couldn't even respond with this lineup that they have. I was really confident
my
with this
goodness.
lineup that they go through. But again, when you see the aggressiveness, the execution play style coming from SFI, there is no answers to solve this particular game.
This is why you really have to ban out the Esmeralda of SFI. It's really one of their comfort picks. So onto the mid, you can see in here, Inhibitor turret is about to fall down from the side of Team Grumpy. Minoan Fury about to build up, or rather the rage that they're actually looking for. Anytime they could go for an engage.
Yep.
But for now,
Now,
oh, the Minoan Fury
three.
3-man knock up in here, plus a blazing do it. Everyone's going so low onto the side of the blue team. 3 members left. Big C, will she secure a kill? Apparently yes, but apparently Caramel as well is going for a chase, a focus fire onto the base by the Esmeralda. Mega kill though will be secured by Team Blue, or rather Team Grumpy. Look at that, 1 member left. Sizzlio going a little bit aggressive in here. We'll just transition onto the bot, and this Claude onto the top. Was that a 2-for-1 trade that we had? And there you go, an all bear base for Team Grumpy. They're gonna focus fire on the base. Looks like this is gonna be it. A 2-0 for our first series for today. SFI Queens still unbeatable.
SFI still undefeated in their own bracket, and now they're gonna go forward
16-0-7.
into the next round. Congratulations
Can you
to SFI.
interview the
again.
Esmeralda player? Please?
SY.
How come they're so
I like how
confused?
you call her name, Sizzle. She's
Isn't it
sizzling with
yeah,
Esmeralda.
Sizzling
Samba.
Esmeralda.
Ooh, 16-0-7, the MVP of the game. But we have to give credits to every player in the house. Lamia, she was playing the Chao really well. She was finding those right angles. 20 assists. Pixie landing down the Mionian Fury onto the Minotaur. 16 assists again. Caramel Lele just come in to support. But again, the man or the woman of the match is definitely going to be SYLL. Cecile. I'm going to call it Sizzling Cecile.
Cecilio.
Yeah.
Cecilio. There you go, guys. That was just our intense game, our series number 1 for our second day of our playoffs here at FSL Elite. I think there will be an interview, but we're gonna wait for the queue for that. For the meantime, we're gonna shout out all of our partners. We got Dreamcore, Overdrive, Yahoo Singapore, Super Solid, Elgato, Creative. There's so much, organization supporting this tournament. Thank you so much, and of course the venue here at Singtel Recreation Club here in Singapore. So if you're here in Singapore, why don't you drop by here?
It's free entry, by the way.
Anyway, so. Yeah, guys. Oh, by the way, a code giveaway will be
yes.
yeah, will happen at the official Facebook page
Correct.
of Female Esports
League.
League Mobile. So I think our host Eduardo is already ready
Okay.
for the interview, so we'll be passing on to you.
Take it away. Oh, it looks like we have a little bit of technical error here, so no worries.
I think it's gonna be transitioning now.
Transitioning right now.
But for the meantime, yeah, just probably if you want to screenshot us.
Hello everybody, I will be your host today. I'm Eduardo. Right here we have a SFI player. Can you let us know what's your in-game name and
Hello
what
guys,
role do you play?
My name is Carmel and I play all-rounder in the game.
Wow, I mean that was really, really strong dominance. You guys have never lost a game just yet. So do you guys, I do know that you SFI have MPL Indonesia team. Do you guys, do you get a lot of advice from the main team?
No, we just play by
Wow.
our style.
Oh, that was really good. So going forward, do you plan to dominate and just get the champion? You guys are aiming for a champion, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. So, yeah, that's. Do you guys have anything to say to your fans, your supporters, your family?
Hello guys, for those who support us, thank you. And we can't do this without your support.
Yeah. So thank you very much. We will be having the next game really soon. So we're going for a little break right here, and we'll see you in the street.